Hey guys, how are you?
What's up?
Yeah, welcome back to another edition of the Mortgage Mike Speaks podcast. Gosh, it's a mouthful. I am Mortgage Mike, and I got my host over here.
Hello. Steven Salinas,
Steven
loan
Salinas.
officer for the Mortgage Mike Group.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. We have a special guest today, Michael Lemke.
Hey,
How are you,
guys.
my friend?
How y'all doing?
Woo! Yeah. And hey, if you're a new listener out there, I lead the Mortgage Mike Group. Steven's a partner with me in that. And we're known. I'm gonna say this again because it gets really old, but I'm gonna say again, we're known for putting the fund back in funded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People say that.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, we had a closing the other day. And they said, "You guys are fun." So
Most people don't even know what funded even means. Like,
what does that mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. What does that mean, Michael?
Funded.
It means everyone should have their money.
You got keys?
House is yours.
Yeah.
The keys or not?
Move
That's
in.
the important part.
Yeah.
House is yours.
Yeah.
Right.
That's yours.
Right. So, no, I mean, yeah, like all kidding aside, I think the great thing is what we really look at is just how do we build really fun, authentic relationships with our borrower clients, our realtor partners,
Absolutely.
anybody else in the real estate industry, kind of honestly, because it takes relationships to make a great transaction happen. And that's what we try to do every time. So cool.
Absolutely.
All right. So we got Michael here. Michael is a veteran of the real estate industry here for the last 5 or 6 years. You want to give us a little bit of your story, my friend?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I've been in real estate for just over 5 years.
Yeah.
Started at one of the big guys and then moved over to one of the growing. So we're a growing brokerage. Over 500 agents now at CBNA.
Yeah, CBNA. It's a great company.
So, I mean, following our broker is really fun.
Yes.
Really cool guy to get to know.
Yeah,
So,
Chris.
Chance Brown.
Chance Brown.
Yep.
Sorry.
I
I knew there was a C in front of
Yeah,
it.
see, right?
Yeah. Right.
So before real estate, let's see, I did direct sales for a little bit. So slinging product in a Kroger. You might see me with some like pillows or whisks or something fun. Talk
Nice.
about fun. I always have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that, I did work for a third-party real estate developer. So kind of rounding out subdivisions, getting the mailboxes, the hydro poles, getting everything that the developer needed kind of on the back end done.
Yeah.
Was something that really got me into real estate plus sales, really led me to be realtor. Now, I will tell you, I have a different background. So my background really is in coaching. So K through 12. So coaching is my passion.
It's crazy.
I know, right?
Yeah,
But I love coaching new agents. So that's
yeah.
really kind of where I'm transitioning is to be a mentor agent.
Yeah.
Along with my real estate career.
Yeah.
Teaching new agents how to be successful without paying for leads.
Yeah.
Oh, God bless you.
So I don't want to get you started on that, right?
Don't get me started on that, man. There's a whole industry out there that preys on real estate agents and loan officers. It's like, hey, it's so easy. All you have to
just
do
get one deal, it's 10x what you're paying.
Oh my gosh, you should and then you're hooked in for, it cost you $30,000 and you didn't close anything.
Oh wow.
But there's that one story where the person got $1 million. It's like when somebody does oh my gosh, what is it when you take the phone?
Cold call.
Floor time at the office, right?
Oh yeah.
And you get the story about I got $1 million listing off of floor time.
There
right?
we go.
Right. Really, who gets those? One out of 1,000.
So Michael, you were coaching for a little bit. What is it about coaching that kind of is important to you? A lot of people I've heard it. Not everybody wants to coach. Not everybody wants to teach. Why do you want to do that?
I think one of the main reasons is to really kind of elevate our industry.
Yeah.
So realtors on a whole kind of have this kind of slimy kind of reputation. And so I think people also think it's a quick buck. And so kind of getting rid of people that think it's a quick buck that don't know what they're doing and actually training good agents to write good contracts, look out for their clients. And do the right things that really takes to put the client first, while also having all the knowledge. I think that's what drives me to coach is elevating our industry so that when people think of realtors, they think, oh, like they're professional people that know what they're doing and aren't just trying to make a quick buck.
For sure.
I think we feel it. I would say we feel the same way in regards to how we
reputation.
Reputation, right? And there's a lot of not great loan officers and not great realtors out there. And the truth is they're good people, right? This is a great industry. We serve people really well with what we do.
And that's the other side is that there's a lot of great realtors and there's a lot of great loan officers. And so kind of getting to let those people shine by also helping them leech in, do all the stuff that it does take to get clients.
Right.
For sure.
Is helps elevate the business even more because now those people that are good
Mhm.
are getting even more clients, and so then everyone's getting better for the first.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
cool.
Man, I like that a lot. I mean, I think we were talking about this, what is a one thing that you would kind of share as like a golden nugget that you would share, maybe even to like a class, if you're saying, hey, if y'all take this class with, you're doing a coaching or something, if you learn anything from this class, what would it be?
What would be that
What's
takeaway?
that one piece that you kind of wanted to take with you?
Are you talking about like new agents, like a new
Yeah, like,
agent kind of
if
class?
you're
Yeah, like
looking
if
at-
you just started,
yeah.
what would something that you
Yeah,
would tell
for someone that
yourself?
just started, I think really it's consistency and building good habits. And that if you
Mhm.
consistently do the right thing, consistently talk to people,
Mhm.
Yeah.
eventually you will get business.
Yeah.
It's the slower route to go, right? Because just working over money and trying to pay for leads and do all that kind of stuff sounds easier.
Mhm.
But consistency and then be genuinely yourself. I mean, you can see me here, like, right? I'm in a hat and a hoodie. This is
Yeah.
usually what you catch me in, right? Like
Right.
I'm wearing shorts. Like this is what I'm always in.
Yeah.
So like being yourself is part of that too.
Yeah.
But consistency
Mhm.
and building those habits, I think would be something that people.
Yeah. Consistency is hard.
Well,
It so is,
Yeah.
man. Like that is, it really is.
It's a hard thing to do.
Mhm.
It's built into our calendar. That's how you have to be
Yeah.
consistent. And
Oh, yeah.
And
I'm
your
too
team
I'm
has to
too
call you
squirrely.
out.
Right, exactly. Like, hey, you're not doing. Oh yeah, I need to do that.
It's one of those things that
Yeah.
in like theory, it's one of the easiest things ever.
Yeah.
But in practice, it's
Mhm.
so hard.
Right.
So just being able to be consistent, I mean, yeah.
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 Sometimes the most simple things are always like the hardest things to do.
Oh, yeah.
What it's oh gosh, yeah, that's simple. I can do that, but it's really the execution, right? And if
Mhm.
you're geared like we are, typically with the sales mentality, you're prone to paying attention to everything else around you instead of the most important thing you need to do at that moment.
Mhm.
So that's cool. I'm digging the brand, right? I'm digging like how your hat, the hoodie, the
Yeah.
shorts. You mentioned yesterday, and this is really cool. It's just talking about like who you are in real estate. Tell us a little bit about the older clients that you've met. Just showing up, right? Like,
Yeah,
in
so
who
I've
you
got-
are. It's a
so,
really awesome story.
One of my like partner agents,
Yeah.
who's going to be like one of my best friends, called me about one of her listings. Said, "Hey, I got this couple who wants to go see this listing. I can't go. Can you go talk to them?" I'm like, yeah, of course. So I show up. I have shorts on, some like long white socks and some dunks.
Yeah.
I mean, I just like a t-shirt. Like I mean, that's just like what I normally wear, right?
Right.
So I just like show up like that.
Yeah.
And it was this older couple. They're probably I think the wife was probably in her late 60s, and the husband was definitely in his 70s.
Yeah.
And I'm sure when I got out of the car and they got out of the car, they were like, "Who the heck is this guy?
This
Like,
is not
who-
a real
like,
estate
who
agent."
sent this person to show me this house?" And then like by the end of it, we're like joking, getting along, right? Like they are a buyer client, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
turns out they also have a big house to sell.
Right.
But it was just genuinely being yourself. And then I know that market. I mean, it was right in the heart of Katy, which is where I
Mhm.
grew up. So
Yeah.
knowing the market and having the knowledge and kind
Gotcha.
of reading the client and letting them do their thing.
Mhm.
By the end, they don't care what you're dressed like, right? I mean,
Right. Absolutely not.
yeah. And so it's building the relationships and being genuine. And I think, yeah, it was just a fun
Yeah.
That's great.
anecdote.
Well,
Yeah.
I think what I picked up in our conversation, one was just the authenticity of who you are, right? I think you're really good at that, like as just allowing you to come through regardless of like the package.
Yeah.
And then you're really good at connecting with people and reading them. So, I think that emotional intelligence that you bring into understanding how to connect with the person in front of you and then reading how the response is and being able to adjust, right?
Mhm.
Takes away you don't need a suit and a tie, right? You
Yeah.
just need to be you, but you got to connect.
I think,
you think you're good at
connecting
that.
is one of the most
Connection.
important
Mhm.
things. No matter what you're wearing, no matter what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
What is it that stupid saying that people all say? Is they don't care how much you know unless they know how much you care, right? Like,
Right.
so if they know that you care about them and that you're being
Yeah.
yourself, like then they know how much knowledge you have.
Yeah.
And then if you
For sure.
partner the two, you killer.
For sure.
I would much rather work with somebody that cares than
Oh,
someone that knows
yeah,
a lot.
for
honestly.
sure.
Right.
Because I know that they're gonna tell me the truth,
Mhm.
and they're gonna do things the right way.
Oh, yeah.
We had an experience recently where we did things the right way. We were going
Yeah.
up against a competitive. I mean, oftentimes people when they're going through learning process, they look at other options.
Oh, yeah.
And we have to tell them, hey,
You got
That's a
that's
good option.
that's a good deal. Like,
that's a good deal.
okay.
And whether you don't close with them, you do things the right way. And later we received a call from someone that was referred by that client. And
Right.
I was just thinking about it, I was like, wait, we didn't even close
We
with
didn't
them.
even close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's really cool, you get to kind of leave a good impact
Mhm.
just by how you treat people.
Yeah.
It goes a long way.
Oh, yeah.
You don't always see the immediate kind of result of that,
Mhm.
but it does go a long way for the impact.
And I think seeing the big picture, like you're kind of talking about, something
Uh-huh.
important for newer agents, because a lot of agents look for just like that first deal, right?
Yeah.
But they're like, I'm in business 5 years. You know how many people told me that they would buy in 6 months, 9 months, a year, 2 years,
Right.
that I just like didn't follow up with, right? So
Right.
like thinking about the big picture, and then even if they don't use you, they might refer you out, and
Yeah,
if you do the right thing, people will talk about it.
Yeah.
absolutely.
I think it's the foundation upon which your business is built. So we can have a foundation. What are we pursuing? Are we pursuing money in the transaction, or are we pursuing relationship, right? Like through honest connection, regardless of the outcome. Right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, in that coaching, have you had opportunities to coach yet for like people around you?
So yeah, so actually right now I have 5 mentees.
Okay, cool.
I've had 3 that have graduated, which graduated means have 5 transactions.
Oh, awesome.
2 of them, or no, one of them last year actually made like our top producer list at CBNA, which was really
That's-
cool.
Way to go, man.
That's great.
Yeah, so super excited about everyone that's been in the program so far and has graduated.
Yeah.
And I've been able to mentor. And I mean, they're just killing it because
Yeah.
they've actually built good businesses with like real connections with people.
Yeah.
I always talk about one of them that one of her avenues of business, we called it her bachelorette group.
Yeah.
And it was just this group of 20 women that met every Monday and watched Bachelorette.
Yeah.
Right on.
And she was just getting business from it.
I love it.
Because
Yeah.
it was just something that she liked to do, and it was something that she was already doing. Like she didn't join the group to
Yeah.
peddle real estate, right?
Right.
But
Yeah.
she became known as the realtor and had all the knowledge and information, and people started using her in the group.
Yeah.
So like,
That's awesome.
it's crazy. Just do the things you love.
Right.
Yeah.
Do the things you love. Be
Yeah.
intentional in the connection. Right.
It goes
Right.
a very
Find
long
success.
way. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't have to sacrifice the things you love to.
In
Oh,
fact,
yeah.
you need to do the things you love
People,
to get
people
business.
see right through it if you join a group just for
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
People see right through it.
Yeah. That's true. I met a guy the other day in a board situation, and he's a realtor, and I would like intentionally stayed away from him because I was like, I am not going to be the loan officer that's on this thing looking for realtor contacts, right? And
Yep.
I'm intentionally like I've had him at arm's distance. I'm just like, no, Mike, I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to talk about what I do. But in the middle of the board meeting, a guy just shared his heart. It's a missionary board meeting that I'm involved with, and the guy just started sharing his heart, and I was just like, he moved me, right? And I was like, okay, it's time, right? Like
I tried.
I'm like, man,
I
I'm like,
tried.
all right, but there's a connection, right? I mean,
Right.
if that connection hadn't been established, I would have just kept it at arm's length. But it was like, wow, we just hearing his heart for how he approaches his client
Yeah.
is just so aligned with our approach. Like, man, like this is, if we don't meet and try to figure out if working together makes sense, then I think we're doing both of our clients a disservice at this point, you know?
Mhm.
Well, I think that goes back to like people see through it if you just did it just to get business. But,
Right.
like, after you develop a relationship and
Right.
like, okay, this might work. Like,
Yeah. It's like, oh,
For
it's
sure.
organic.
okay. Yeah.
That's so true.
You're telling me, because I mean, really sales is a process, right? I mean,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that it has to be a process. There's a natural part of what we do and just this natural ability, but man, there's a method and methodology that keeps us consistent. So, I mean, you had some really cool points around that. You want to share those, it'd be awesome.
Well, so I think especially with sales is such a volume business, and you
Yeah.
have to be able to track your progress, and so you have to have a process to be able to track it.
Yeah.
And by nature, I'm a fairly positive person, so I think that does help in sales,
Yeah.
and coaching, just like the whole thing.
Mhm.
But I've been watching a whole bunch of videos on like rejection and like looking for the no in the
Right.
process, or like trying to find an answer. So a lot of realtors or salespeople don't see the signs in a person, like the selling signs, like the positive signs or the negative signs,
Mhm.
to either get your yes or your no.
Yeah.
So like as an agent, let's say I'm at an open house, knowing how someone's feeling to try to set the appointment to go in for the close.
Yeah.
And so I think that kind of direct sales training some realtors lack.
Mhm.
Or some people go too far with the process and they go through the whole process when they probably should have just stopped at, hey, my name's Michael, do you want to set an appointment? Because that person we just hit it off, right? So
Right.
depending on where they are, some people focus too much on the process and forget the human side of things.
Right.
Mhm.
But I think selling cues, and then looking for that, like not rejection, but the no's to get to the yeses,
Mhm.
is something that I think the process really helps with.
Right.
Excuse me.
Well, and the fear of like, I think uncovering the no when it's really you want to get to the no.
Mhm.
Um, there's there's a book, all right, I'm gonna lose it.
Uh-oh.
Darn it. I'll come back to it. But the
Just
thought,
have to link it or do
yeah,
something.
like
Right.
it's gonna at the very end of the show, I'm gonna
exactly.
remember this.
There you go.
Oh
We'll put it up.
my
Write
god,
it
it's
down.
like never.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's about negotiating. It's a hostage negotiator, actually.
Or
Wrote the
part
book.
two.
Oh,
Part
no,
two.
exactly.
Yeah.
I know which one you're talking
And
about.
that's but he said that like you want all of us want to say no. We're
Mhm.
predetermined that we want to say no in the middle of a conversation. So like so many times we want to avoid the no. And really it's like, let's go ahead and get the no out. Let's just flush the no out. So like on the other side of the equation, I can feel good about it. I can say no. Okay, good. I said it. And then, then the walls come down and we're able to really get to the connecting points, right? And getting to the authentic yes
Mhm.
instead of like the prefabricated yes. That's like, oh my gosh. Um,
So I think the video that I just watched was talking about like that, getting that first no out of the way.
Yeah.
And what he found he was looking for, I think it was 100 days of rejection or 30 days of rejection. So like going out of his way, like find things
really
to get rejected. And what he found is the first no, you're right, is easy. And what he started doing is asking why. And then you figure out like why people are saying no the first time. And then you can figure out, okay, are they just saying no because they don't really have a reason? So they're just saying no to say no. Or do they actually have like an objection that you can overcome? Or is there a reason or anything? And he found that led to more yeses eventually.
right.
Just asking why after the first no,
Why?
which I thought was
Yeah,
kind of
why is that?
interesting.
Yeah. And
That's
Steven's
why
really
it's-
good. Steven's
yeah.
really good at like, you're so
Well,
good at that
I
part.
just
You're
think
so good
it's
at
like-
rephrasing the question.
Or,
disarming
asking the
people.
question, we ask it at the end of like consultations that we have, just saying, hey, is there anything that would keep us from being your lender? And
that gives
Yeah, I
us
like
that.
that.
Gives a
You know,
no,
is
right?
there anything
No.
that would keep me from being your real estate agent? And maybe
No.
they're saying like, well, I don't want to, like, I want you to give a portion of your commission to like my closing costs or something. And you're like, oh, okay.
Well,
Maybe I
yeah,
don't want to do that.
yeah, that's not gonna work.
Or,
Like, is
maybe,
is that the only thing that's keeping you? Like,
Yeah.
if that's it. Then
Mhm.
like, I'm gonna make you more money. That's fine.
yeah.
But,
Right.
Yeah, so
Yeah. Let me show you
Yeah.
how I'm gonna save you when.
They gotta have to give us
Yeah.
over $1,500. Like, come on.
Right.
Yeah, or people are saying, "Well, I'm just looking for the best rate," and we'll say like,
Yeah.
we totally get that.
Yeah.
Feel free to do all the rate shopping you want right now. Whenever you're finished up.
Or what is
come
the best
back.
rate?
Yeah. What do you mean by
What do
that?
you mean by best rate?
Yeah.
Because there's so much hidden stuff in the midst of like there. I think we helping people uncover the myth of what either they've learned through friends, which is most of the times where they're learning stuff, instead of relying upon the
Subject matter
professional,
experts.
right?
Yeah.
Right. It's like, well, really, this is what we do every day, and I'm just going to be transparent and show you what it looks like, right? Or on the same side with you.
For sure.
It's like this is what.
For sure.
Yeah, selling real estate's not a half-time job, part-time job. I mean, it's a profession.
Right.
You bring value every time you talk to a client to help them negotiate a contract, either on the seller's or the buyer side.
Mhm.
Yeah, cool. What else, Steven?
Yeah, I always like to look at the motivation of how you've gotten to where you're at. I know that you like coaching. Was there someone that coached you, someone
Yeah.
that kind of influenced
Great
you
question.
that to get you to where you are, you know?
Yeah, so I think so. I played football growing up.
Uh-huh.
I was always kind of undersized. I played offensive line. Probably just because I wasn't very fast at all, so stuck me on offensive line. But I was fine there. I was faster than all the other offensive linemen, so that counted, right?
Right.
But I think I did have some football coaches growing up. So I played Pee Wee football. So we had a coach that really coached us all throughout there. We had a couple that I kind of looked up to, I guess. And then I think when it came to caring, I had a coach in high school, Coach Miller,
Mhm.
that he was also the head of the FCA, so the Fellowship of Christian Athletes.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
And then he was also one of the special needs teachers. And so we're talking about caring. I mean,
Man,
he was
yeah,
like
that guy cares.
he
Gosh,
truly
that's hard work.
cared about us as people.
Yeah.
And so I think that really made an impression on me in my like early high school years.
Mhm.
Because he was, I think, the freshman football coach.
Okay.
I think that's right. I think he was a freshman football coach. But he was also the loudest guy ever. I mean, he was just larger than life, big guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he was fun. But
That's great.
I think he's one of my real.
Yeah, it's so important, I think, in, you know, surrounding yourself with people like that, or, learning from them, because obviously that guy had a huge impact on what you're doing. I mean, it goes a long way that you don't even realize, because his impact was able to even impact the people that are graduating out of your, real estate program.
So it's yeah, and I think that's one of the cool things about social media is you get to see all these people's lives and
Yeah.
you wouldn't normally see, right? So like him and I are friends on Facebook, we connect every now and then.
Yeah.
But seeing his other posts at other like schools and other sporting things where he's coaching and like the other lives that he's impacting and being like, oh, like I had like a similar experience, like that wasn't just
Right.
a one-off, like this truly is how this guy lives his life.
Hmm.
It's not just he did that for a short time, which
Right.
not easy, but I mean, doing it for a short time is different than living it. So he actually like lives that lifestyle. Uh,
How do you see that living out with you? I mean, I clearly, I mean, I hear the line of, I mean, you've got a foundation, and I know you were a counselor at Pine Cove, so you're a believer, right? I mean, you've got this foundation of like, I think your identity and who you are. How does that look longevity for you? What is that space for you when you start to work with people? Like, how do you look at it? Okay, here's Michael today, or here's Michael, like when you're a Pine Cove counselor, right? Like, where's that consistency of who you are in the midst of it, and then where does that take you as you start to look to the future?
so I think so. We've done a couple different personality profile tests. Right now we're doing the DISC one.
Yeah.
So I'm a high S, which really means that I'm kind of steady.
Yeah.
Right. So when I am with kind of other people that are a little higher energy, I do kind of match that a little bit and come up. Or if someone's lower energy, I kind of can come down.
For sure.
But being steady has always, or not always, been kind of my thing. I think that I developed while at Pine Cove. I think being kind of a counselor and kind of that everything has to be okay, like even if everything's not okay, like everything has to pretend everything's okay. I think that kind of laid the foundation for me being even keeled and not
Yeah.
panicking in situations.
Right.
Yeah, that's huge.
And so the way that I like to explain it to people is, I'm not the person you want to tell your best news to, because I'm not going to jump up and down and cheer with you. But I'm the person that when there's a panic, like come to me, because then I'm not going to freak out and freak you.
Right
We're not
on.
going to freak out together.
Calm me down. Yeah.
Right.
You so need that in this business.
They said
what?
Right. So like,
Calm down.
right. So like every homeowner, my favorite line I always say to homeowners, I always call them, and it's really kind of not anticlimactic, but whatever. I'm like, whenever our offer is accepted, I always call them, hey, you want to buy a home? Like it's very like even keel, like that's just kind of my personality. So I think that has translated from that time at Pine Cove,
Yeah.
and getting into a little bit of a leadership role there.
Yeah.
and
Right.
kind of being even keeled.
That's important, because you're dealing with people's emotions every day.
Right. And so I think that's one thing, looking back and kind of evaluating who you are as a person. That's
Yeah.
one of my value propositions for clients.
Yeah.
Is that I'm going to keep your life as stress free, because no matter what you tell me, I'm not going to overreact. Like
Yeah.
so I'm going to take all that stress, and you're going to tell me, and I'm going to pretend like it's nothing, and that's going to call me like, depending on how the person, right? So
Right.
that could freak someone else out, but usually they trust me and they can understand what kind of game plan going forward.
Well, you're in the business of managing emotion.
For
That's what you do. Yeah.
Actually, I just had a conversation with Minty about that.
Yeah.
That we cannot get emotional at all. If
Yeah.
we'll remember what the goal is. The goal is to have a happy client. Period.
Yeah.
So we can't get offended by anything. We can't think another agent's being a jerk. Like we can't.
Right.
That's like keep it calm.
Right.
And try to make the client happy.
Yeah.
And get everything done in negotiations and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Because we can't control we can't, regardless of what everybody else thinks, the only thing we can't control is what we think. So we can create a story, or we can just deal with what we've got and keep everything moving and keep them calm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, I think you have a great perspective on the business, Michael, and definitely you definitely, people that are listening, if you're looking for a realtor, you think you could connect with Michael, let us know, because this is buying a home, especially right now with how the market is. You need people around you that you can trust, that are gonna keep things pretty steady for you.
Yeah.
Because the market is not very steady.
Well, yeah, and to be able to walk through 10 or 15 offers, which is kind of where we are right now, and not lose sight of the fact that you're stable, right? Everything's stable. We're okay, and we're going to get under contract.
We got spreadsheets for all the offers. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Spreadsheets for buyers, and spreadsheets for sellers. If you like spreadsheets, we give them to you. Don't worry.
Right.
I'll get you all the information.
Cool, man.
Or it'll just make you feel good, and sometimes that's all we need.
Some people just like looking at spreadsheets.
I can do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. You got the numbers.
I'm like not a spreadsheet guy. If I'm like,
That's a learned skill.
Yeah.
I'm not either. I showed my spreadsheet. I showed my spreadsheet. We were at a wedding somewhere. I showed it to a group of my friends, one of my spreadsheets. They're all engineers.
Oh, great.
They all just started making fun of me.
Yeah.
Because my spreadsheet skills were just like subpar. Like they almost just like in the middle of the restaurant, like took out a laptop and wanted like change my whole
That's
spreadsheet.
it.
Yeah, they were like, that's how frustrated they were.
I majored.
Yeah.
I do this every day.
Oh yeah.
I want to see your spreadsheets now. I'm
Like
curious.
thousands of lines.
I'm curious.
No, it's just a normal spreadsheet, just like columns with numbers. Like
Right. I figured out how to add them up. Yeah. Auto sum. Click.
Nothing.
If I can get them off the opposite colors every other line, like I'm in heaven. Like that.
Yes. The color
Pretty well.
coordinating is key.
I could do that. Yeah.
Sweet. Michael, thanks for coming on to the podcast, man. We hope this, you felt like.
Yeah, I felt like
It was
this
a
is
good
awesome.
time.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. It was
Yeah.
a good time.
Yeah.
We'll have to do part 2 when we get that book.
Yeah, there you go. I'm in for
I
that.
think it's like never meeting in the middle or something like that.
Oh,
Never
Never split the difference.
Never split
There
the
you go. Oh my gosh, at the very end.
Yeah.
That's it.
Shout out.
Yeah, never split the difference.
There you
So that was it.
Good. Yeah.
Well, cool. Hey, listen, if you guys like what you hear,
Yeah.
review, subscribe, share, whatever else it is. If you want to reach out to us, you can, comment in the comment box, or give us a call or an email or something like that. Same thing with Michael here, I would love
absolutely.
to connect with you guys. And if you want to be a guest on this show, maybe it's something here that's interesting, you want to be a guest, we're looking for guests too. So
Come on.
Yeah.
All right.
all right,
Thanks, guys.
we'll see y'all
See
soon.
ya.